Okay, so we are going to move forward and convert images to black and white. We did a bunch of stuff in the last video for this exercise for week 5, and we're going to continue to work on it. Let's see, we go back to the adjustment text layer. That's where we left off. We are going to convert images to black and white, and that would be in the adjustment panel, click the black and white icon. There we go. And then we want to do one of the following in the adjustment panel. Click the black and white icon, choose layer, new adjustment layer, black and white, layer, new adjustment layer, black and white. And then in the new layer dialog box, type a name for the adjustment layer. Black and white 2, we'll just keep it like that. There we go. And then Photoshop applies a default grayscale conversion. So you saw like the change. We did this in the last video as well, but you saw a change even from that adjustment test that we did when we created that black and white one. It changed to a default gray conversion. So you can also choose image adjustments black and white, image adjustments black and white. We already did it, but you can see it's grayed out there, allowing you to maybe take that route as well. Next thing you want to do in the properties panel, manually adjust the conversion using the color sliders. So let's just go ahead and play around. Okay, so we messed with it just a little bit. Apply an auto conversion or select a preset gray mix. An auto conversion would just mean that we can do this and we can go into red filter, which I think I like that for right now. And then last, to apply a color tone such as a sepia tint, select the tint option. And again, we did this in the last video, but just to confirm how this is done again, to apply the color tone, you can select the tint option in the properties panel. It's right here. And then you get this little nice tint to it. The next step is to correct lens distortion and adjust perspective. So let's go to choose filter, lens correction, filter, lens correction. Now I am going to go back to my layer 0, filter, lens correction. There we go. And you can see a brand new window pops open. My original picture is available for me to color correct. Click the custom tab in the lens correction dialog box. So the custom tab is okay, I got to make sure that I'm centered here. Sorry about that. Custom tab in the dialog box is right here to the right of auto correction. And then the next thing we're going to do is select the show grid options. So show grid is at the very bottom. There we go. So we can see a grid kind of goes over. It's invisible for the most part. As you work, you may want to adjust the grid lines to help you judge the amount of correction to make. You can also use the zoom controls to adjust the level of magnification. So that's always something, you know, that you can do if you zoom in, zoom out to help you. Okay. Next, set any of the following options to correct your image and then select OK to close the dialog box. So let's go to remove distortion. That corrects lens barrel or pin cushion distortion. So let's see. Whoa. Whoa. You can see sort of how that works. Very interesting, huh? And then the next one is chromatic aberration, corrects red cyan and green magenta or blue yellow fringing. You can see it feels a little less in focus when I apply that. And then the next one, vignette corrects images that have darkened edges caused by lens faults or improper lens shading. We don't really have that issue for this photo, so we don't see much of a change at all. Next is fix blue yellow fringe. That's the same thing. Vignette, that is the one that we had, and I think that is gonna stay. We'll keep that like that. Next, the amount sets the amount of lightening or darkening along the edges of an image. Okay, so we'll leave that vignette amount alone because we already darkened it the way I wanted it to. And then midpoint specifies the width of area affected by the amount slider. So maybe we play around with that just a little bit to give it a vignette. Of course, this would have been helpful last week for your vignette assignment. You could have also used it for that. You can go back in and use it for that as well. Okay, so lots of interesting things to do. Say okay, and then you see it applied to everything we worked on in the last couple videos, all those tasks, the adjustments, and in the properties. So we did a lot of color correcting today, and if you can, go ahead and do a file, save as. You're going to do your last name, underscore. We're going to do week 5, EX1. And then save that as a PSD, a Photoshop file. Do not flatten it because I want to see all of these layers that we worked on for that exercise. And then move on to your project for the color correction project, the other color assignment that I had you do for this week. I'll see you in the next video.